and happy Sunday. I've got Debbie with me. So hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Hopefully you all can hear us. It's pretty loud out here tonight. We decided to do the chat from... We decided to do the chat from Disney. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but we are sitting in front of the Rainforest Cafe at Disney Springs, and it's putting on a show right now. So hopefully you all can hear us. Can't wait till the first person actually says something so we can tell if you can hear us or not. So somebody say hi and hello. Today is Sunday, March the 20th, and we are here on location in Disney Springs. Show. Okay, let's see if we can get... Oh, hello Barbara.
Hi,
It's good to see you. Okay, and hello
Hi,
Linda from
Linda.
Rock Island, Illinois. So let us know, can you hear
Hi,
us?
Jennifer.
Hello Jennifer, it's good to see you. So let us know if you can hear us. It's really loud here, so I'm hoping that you all
Ellen.
can. Hello Elaine, it's good to see you. Hello
Hi,
Lynn.
Lynn.
How are you feeling, Lynn? Still feeling okay, I hope. Hello Marianne from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Marianne.
Hello Scott. Yes,
Rosie.
you should be jealous, Scott. Yes, you should. And hello Sandra from Dingman's Ferry.
Hi, Sandra.
Oh no, Take says the sound is kind of bad. Hello Alicia. Yeah, Barbara. Okay, so we're gonna scoot up just a little bit and try to talk really loud. Hello Rosie, because we decided to do this.
Hey, Rosie.
Hello, and hello Hattie. Hello Rosie. Hello Myrna. So we decided to do this from Disney Springs.
Hi,
And
Myrna.
then a band started. Yeah, and then a band started up, so that's fantastic. And I think part of the distortion that you were hearing in the background just a few minutes ago was there is a show at... Hello, Carolou.
It's the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah,
And it's a volcano going off.
Yep, so there was a volcano going off at Rainforest Cafe, and I think that's what you all could hear just a few minutes ago. But anyway...
Okay, good, Rosie. Thank you.
Yep, and hello, Rita. Thank you, Pat. It's good to see you. Hello, Deborah. Okay, so if you're brand new, let us know. We are not always here at Disney, but this is Orlando Debbie.
They came to visit.
Yeah, so y'all have heard me talk about her so much. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Trish. Hello.
Are we sisters?
No, believe it or not, we met on the internet. So that's
Yeah.
one of those things where you say, no, don't meet people on the internet. But here we are. And hello, Lynette. Let's see, did we miss anybody? Hello, Sandra from Naperville. Yes, we are having a good time. And Mary, you see that Debbie is in a sleeveless shirt. So the weather, and Sandra, yeah, the weather is fantastic. So warm here. Yeah, the sun has been great. Excuse me, so we are having a great time. But I'll say it again, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. Oh, Barbara says we are frozen. So Barbara, I hope that is you and not us, because the internet looks fine here where we are sitting. And hello, Anna from New York. Oh, that's what I was going to say, is if you're new, if anybody's new, please let us know. It's a little bit distracting today because we are here live on location at... We're always live. I'm always live.
You're always
See,
live.
oh, wait, and when I say we, now it's actually we. And hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida. Yeah, hello, Orlando.
Hey.
So I always say we. Today it's we, because Orlando Debbie is here with me. You all have heard me say hello to Orlando Debbie and mention her many, many, many times. Here she is. So she drove down she's about not quite an hour away from Orlando, but she drove down. Hello, Katie. She drove down, had dinner with us, and John has gone back to the campground to do laundry. Aloha, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
So he has gone back to the camper to do laundry while we had some girl time here at Disney Springs. And I'm so sorry it's 35. Sorry, it's 35 today, Deborah.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, so because we do always have a lot to talk about, and there will be more of you all coming in, please do tell us hello. Today is March the 20th, and in case you haven't figured it out, I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Orlando Debbie is here visiting us. We are live at Disney Springs today, so it's very loud for us. I hope we're not yelling at you. I hope we're not yelling at you because it feels like I'm yelling. But a little bit of Disney news, or a little bit of news. So just rest assured, hello Kim, rest assured it is going to be, and hello Sandy.
Hey, Kim.
It's going to be all 27th. Sorry, did I say 20th? Hold on, 27th, you're right. I'm so excited I didn't even change the date. So yes, the 27th. So rest assured, hello Sandy, yes. So rest assured everything that we will be talking about tonight will all be Disney themed, since that's where we're at. But that's the first bit of news, is that we are live at Disney Springs. This is Orlando Debbie. The second bit of news is I couldn't find anything official about it, but for those of you who like to come down and stay at the campground, it appears that the New Balance running trail. Hello, Myra. It appears that the New Balance running trail is gone at Fort Wilderness. So I know some of you all like to come down and use that trail because I've been talking about it for years. It appears that it is gone. I couldn't find any official news on it, but the Tri-Circle D Ranch is on that side of the property. And then this morning we rode the bus from the campground over to Wilderness Lodge, and most of that trail is gone. So I just wanted to break that news to you. But there are the new walking trail, or the new running walking trail that they have at the Fort Wilderness campground. It's 2.2 miles long, and it starts up at the Pioneer
Sorry,
Hall,
Barbara.
and goes all the way down. Yeah, sorry, it's cold, Barbara. And I promise I will let Debbie talk some too. And hello, Melinda. I know Melinda's in East Tennessee, so she's not even an hour east of us, and it's going to be 25. Sorry, Melinda. It's so warm here today. But anyway, so there is still a loop for those of you who like to do that. And then for those of you that are planning a Disney trip in the near future, I know many of you have said that you all are headed to Disney either for your spring break or summer when the kids get out. We're going to spend the entire second half of the chat talking about the new reservation system and how you can stay on track with that. Hello, Loretta. You need to stick around. So even if you're not planning a trip to Disney, I think this is going to be some helpful things, some helpful tips. Oh, you're 2 hours away from me. That's right. You're over in the Tri-Cities, so about 2 hours away from me. You must not drive very fast. It doesn't quite take me 2 hours to get there. But Orlando Debbie is here with me. Y'all please go ahead and keep saying hi and hello. I promise I will let her talk a little bit, and we're going to ask her an important question here in a few minutes. But quickly, we need to know. So Debbie and I need to know who, and sorry, those notifications are just going to keep coming, but
that's fine.
Who sat their bottom in a chair last week? So if you sat your bottom in a physical workshop last week, we need to see some thumbs ups. Or if you attended a Zoom workshop last week, you can do some thumbs ups for those. Oh, or Debbie's already doing hearts because she was live for the chat last week. So if you were live with us last week for the chat, or if you watched later on demand, let's see some hearts for those. So see lots of thumbs ups.
Yeah.
Lots of thumbs ups. There's a couple of hearts in there.
And men, if you're there.
Good job, everybody. I think Scott's here with us tonight. Yep, good job, everybody. That is awesome. Okay, so good job to everyone who went to an in-person workshop last week. I'm going to let Debbie hand out the Bravo stickers. So do you remember how to hand out virtual Bravo stickers? Look at that. Yes.
There you
Rosie,
go.
this is Debbie.
There you go, folks.
This is WW. This is Orlando Debbie. She's the one I always talk
All
about.
your Bravo stickers.
Yep, so Debbie just handed out, Orlando Debbie just handed out all of the virtual Bravo stickers for everyone who attended an in-person workshop, did a Zoom workshop, or was live here or watched on demand. Oh, and Mary Ann's bottom was in a green chair. I don't know what is with green chairs.
Aren't they lime green?
Ours are not. Ours are white.
Ones
Ours
we
are
had
white,
were
so
lime green.
Was it an official workshop? I mean, was it like an official Weight Watchers location though? Okay, maybe that's the difference. Yep, so good job, everybody. Awesome. Okay, so this entire month of March, we have been talking about building momentum, and we've said that it's great to look in the rearview mirror. It's good to look ahead sometimes. Rosie's chairs are light, but it's but then it's good to be in the here and now. That was last month we were talking about being here in the here and now. This month we have spent the entire month about building momentum from where we started in January. And everybody's pumped and ready to go. And you're like, oh, okay, let's do this. The holidays are over. Let's get back on track. And then it's somewhere around February you start to slide, and then in March people really start to lose their kind of lose their momentum. So we're talking about this entire month. And last week we were talking about having multiple circles of influence. We were talking about surrounding ourselves with people that that both feel you and fuel you. And I had some of the best responses to our homework last week when people were talking about this. So weight loss is extremely personal, and I know, and I'm going to put you on the spot right here. So
okay.
Orlando Debbie, you said last week that you had somebody that was not very helpful.
Right.
Was that the first time that you did WW, or was that, because I know I've done WW 6 times until it finally stuck. But
that happened probably about 5 years ago,
Okay.
and I was like within 5 pounds of my goal. And it just really, I mean, just that whole, because it took me back to a place where I was as a child, where I was told, I was anorexic, and it just started that whole mindset all over again. And
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy how people, I mean, we say this all the time and about everything, not just weight loss, but it's crazy how people's words and the things that they say to you, what it can do.
Right,
how,
exactly.
how damaging it can be. So last week we were talking about those multiple circles of influence, so you have, everybody knows hundreds. Hello, Julie, it's good to see you.
Hey,
And
Julie.
Here's Orlando Debbie. I don't think y'all have ever met each other. So Orlando Debbie, this is Julie. Julie, this is Debbie.
Hi,
Julie was
nice
one of
to
the
meet you.
original egglets. So she
Oh,
was,
wow,
she was one of
yes.
the very first ones. But so we were, so we're talking about this last week, that everybody has, a bigger circle of influence. People that you may just interact with at work, or people at church or something like that, and then your circles get smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to that small circle of influence. And the smallest circle, the smallest group of people that you have, the people that you're closest to, should be people. You should surround yourself with people that that fuel you, that feel you and fuel you. And so 2 weeks ago during our in-person workshop, Gwen had us read, she gave us these little slips of paper, and she had us read some statements.
Oh, thank you, Loretta.
But she gave us some sheets of paper to read about ways that people could fuel you or feed you. Feel you or fuel you. And I don't know, I just loved them. I loved them, and I loved hearing some of the things that you all said about that. So last week though, when we were talking about especially like people saying, oh, you've lost too much weight, or Julie, say hi to Julie. So, but people talking about saying you've lost too much weight, or it makes you look old, whatever. We were talking about ways to answer those people. We were talking about if people want to be on this journey with you, or don't. Mary's exactly right. She says people's words are powerful. They will either destroy or lift you up, and so she goes for lifting up.
I was gonna just tag on what Mary just said. Me voicing that last week was probably very beneficial for me. It made me want to be on track this week.
That's awesome.
And make sure that I track everything and put me back, because I had not ever vocalized that.
Wow.
And it was during the chat last week that it came to mind. I mean, I had thought about it from time to time, but the things that you talked about last week in the chat made it resonate at home with me.
Bravo.
Thank you.
You got excellent Bravo stickers, So that was your homework last week, was hashtag feel me, fuel me. And you all had some great ones, but I had to pick 3. So the 3 that I picked, Sherry's younger sister Dawn fuels her by acknowledging that this struggle is real. And then she fuels her by helping her keep up the motivation. I think everybody needs a sister like that. Everybody does. And then Lynn's friend Cindy has never had a weight problem, so you wouldn't think that she would be able to relate to Lynn. But she does. She chats with her about Lynn's lifetime struggle, and she gets it. So she feels her. But she fuels Lynn by lightening up some of her recipes. So she's actually taken some of her own recipes, lightened them up, because she cares so much about Lynn. She's in that inner circle. She cares so much about her that she's lightened up some of her recipes. And not only done that, she's, invites her over for an impromptu dinner with one of those lightened up recipes. So I thought that was awesome. And then I said that Orlando Debbie feels me because she understands how hard it is to enjoy things like Disney, and not without completely going off the ranch, and without feeling guilty, about what you did, eat, if you had a special meal like we did tonight. We had a special meal tonight. But we picked things that weren't crazy.
Right.
I mean, we weren't eating cheese on cheese on cheese on cheese, I think we both made good selections. And I will tell you, the salads, the side dishes that went with our meal,
they were great.
Debbie did a great job of recommending them. I actually took pictures of both of them. I'm going to try and recreate them. But she fuels me in that way. And then she fuels me by driving an hour down here to do this. I mean, she's invested like half her day into coming here so that we can have the chat tonight. So that it does. It fuels me.
It just killed me when they were here during COVID and I couldn't come see them.
no.
But
oh, no.
It is what it is, and we're here today, so that's all.
Yep, that is all that matters. So bravo to everyone for doing your homework. Y'all did a great job this week, and I think just, from the ones that I heard from the people that actually said their homework out loud, either sent it to me, typed it, told me, posted it in one of the groups, I don't know. I mean, I think it was great. It was therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was very therapeutic. So this week, though, we're talking about finding an eating pattern that will stick. And it's funny that we would have this topic during the week that John and I have come down here to Disney. So I think we do need to realize, though, that our weight loss, our wellness, whatever it is, it really doesn't have to be about weight loss. But this is not a perfection sport. So for people that think that, they need to do, hello Deanna, Orlando Debbie,
Hi,
Deanna is a friend of Julie's.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Julie and Deanna are they're like this.
Two peas in a pod.
Fueling each other and fueling each other. Yes, they are. And y'all even live near each other? I can't remember. But we just all need to realize this is not a perfection sport. So we have to be able to live like this, so we can't, beat ourselves up if everything's not perfect. So I want you to raise your hand if you've ever thought anything like this. I can't have that, if I have that, I won't get a blue dot. How about, I'm so frustrated, yeah, me too. I'm so frustrated, I've had a weight loss every week since I started, and this week I was up. So instead of being happy about our other weight losses, we're
focus on
the 1 week that you were up, yeah. Or something like, I may as well not go to X, Y, and Z event, Disney, or a birthday party, or whatever, because they won't have anything I can eat. Yeah, so lots of hands.
Yep.
Melinda's got all the hands up. So a large part of the success of this new personal points program, or any plan, that you're doing, is figuring out ways to make it work for you. And that's what I like the most about personal points, is because it's for me, and it's for you, and it's for you, and it's for them, so you can figure out ways that it'll work for you. So I love the 7 questions that WW had on the weekly this past week, so I'm going to use them here. But I just want to let you know, though, WW listed those on their weekly. I am borrowing them, so please refer back to WW, to Weight Watchers International, go back to www.com, and look those up for yourself. What I want you to do is listen to these 7 questions that they asked us this week on our weekly, and then I want you to say if that one's a thumbs up for you. So if that's something that you do get to do on the personal points plan, I want you to give yourself a thumbs up. And if it's something that you're not doing on the personal points program, I want you to give it a thumbs down. And then kind of keep track of how many thumbs ups and how many thumbs down you have. So Debbie and I are going to do this too, okay? So we're going to do this thumbs ups or thumbs downs live here with you all from Orlando, from Disney Springs in Orlando. Okay, so number 1 is I eat things that I like. I think it's a thumbs up for both of us. It doesn't have to be for you, but that's a thumbs up. Number 2.
If I don't like it, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah. Number 2, everything can be on the menu. Yep. Number 3, I'm able to eat my favorite foods. Number 4, I am able to stick to my wellness and weight loss goals. That one's kind of a this for me. Yeah. Because I have my moments.
Yeah.
Number 5, I can be social and attend any events. I'm going to say most events. I know I told you a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but we've got a couple of
halfway.
Yeah, kind of couple of halfways over here. Number 6, I am able to eat the same foods as my family, friends, and coworkers. If my mom was still here, that would be a big thumbs up.
Right.
Yeah. It's sort of a thumbs down for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll reluctantly eat with me, but not willingly. And number 7, I can easily find what I need to eat at my local store. So that's been a thumbs up for me, more so since things have started coming back in stock after COVID.
Yeah.
So, and I know COVID's not over, but since things have started coming back in, we did not have too many problems in Knoxville. But I know a lot of other areas, people were like, oh my gosh, they're out of, X, Y, and Z. And we had some strange things. Like, there was a period of time where we couldn't get corn. And I don't know what it was specifically with corn, but we couldn't get corn. Or like our store, one one day that I went they had like 3 potatoes, and I mean like 3 potatoes. That was it. They had yeah, that was all they had. But then when I went back the next week, they had plenty. So it's been some strange things. So anyway, so that 7 for me is a thumbs up now. You know, where it was, you know, kind of limited. And when we were limited, oh, here's the show again. Oh wait, I don't think I can.
You're not face.
No, hold on.
You got to be that way.
That way. Oh well, so you all are enjoying the show from the Rainforest Cafe right now.
The glow over her head is the.
So we're okay. We are not on fire. Okay. So, but talking about this week though, well, so I was saying like Trader Joe's, like being able to go into Trader Joe's. Okay, so canned tomatoes. That's so strange.
Wow.
Specifically canned tomatoes, not any other. So Deanna says there was a shortage on canned tomatoes for them. So it was specifically. Yes, Melinda, it is my halo. Yes.
Yes.
No, it's a dragon.
She's an angel.
Whatever. Whatever. Lynette says they couldn't find romaine. And it was not during a recall. That's interesting because the only time I've ever not been able to find romaine was when it had been recalled.
Yeah.
What about you?
See, I had romaine all the time because I grew it.
Because she grows her own romaine. So did you all have any weird things down here?
The only time was just recently, and like I couldn't find any chicken, like chicken breast.
Oh.
Chicken breast there was no chicken breast like at Sam's or you could get the frozen stuff, which I won't eat, and that's just me.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
But you couldn't get the stuff that's in the refrigerated cases. They didn't have it. They just now they had it today when I was there. They had some, but not bukus of it like they did have. But Debbie's Pantry is fully stocked.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Debbie's Pantry. Marianne says chicken's been hard to find too.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. And Deanna said so. Marianne and Deanna. Okay, so Deanna says chicken's limited to 2. So, and bye, Alicia. So where are you all located?
Nice to see you.
Just out of curiosity, where are y'all located? The chicken's hard to get and has been limited. Okay, so now if you think back over that list of 7 things. So how many of you were mostly thumbs ups? I think we were mostly thumbs ups. We had a couple of these 5. And one of those.
Well, so we had 2 of these, one of this,
and a couple of those. So if you're mostly thumbs ups, awesome. Yeah, that's right. Marianne's in Pennsylvania. I knew that.
Dairy products
in
here
Texas.
and various vegetables.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you're mostly
I don't do dairy, so.
I still like my cow milk.
I mean, I don't drink. I never have drank cow milk.
I love milk. I love it. And Fairlife's my favorite. But if you're mostly thumbs ups, that is awesome. That means you're really working this plan and you understand how to make it work for you. If there is one no, so if you had one thing that you gave a no to, a thumbs down to, we need to think about how we could turn that no into a yes this week. How we could turn that into something that you could do. If you were mostly thumbs down, that's still okay. So if you found mostly thumbs downs, it's still okay. So now that we've identified some of those no's, some of those things that were thumbs downs, we can talk about what to do to turn them into yeses. So how you can make a no into a yes. It's not as hard as it sounds, but if you'll do one no at a time. So if you had, let's say if you had 5 thumbs downs, if you had 5 no's, for example, then don't try to fix all 5 of them. So don't try to fix all 5 of them at the same time. I'm sorry, trying to read your until we're saying too, but don't
Melinda,
try to fix all 5 of them. I don't know if she's talking about
replying to Linda.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So, but don't try to do all 5 of them at the same time. Pick one. So just pick one of those. So don't bite off more than you can chew. And yes, that pun was intended. For example, if you answered no to, so if you answered thumbs down, if you said no to, I can be social and attend any events, then write down what you feel like you can't attend. So it might be things like the menu makes you nervous, or you're afraid you'll go over your points. Or what if they have something that I can't, attend on, what if they don't have anything that I can eat that's on plan? So ways to tackle that and make those into a yes might be, so if it was that the menu made you nervous, then you might want to call ahead and see if you can get a copy of the menu. Then you don't have to be nervous about the menu if you know what it is, if you called ahead and got it. Or if it was, I'm afraid I'll go over to my points, you could fill up on 0-point foods before, or you could go ahead and pre-track. See, so Loretta says going to parties makes me nervous. So Loretta, this is for you. You could fill up on 0 point foods before you go, and you can do both. You could go ahead and pre-track the next 2 meals so that you know, okay, I'm getting right back on track after this party. Even if you just do a quick add, and I don't know if you know how to do quick add or not, but even if you quick add, let's say 60 points, for a party. Just do quick add, put in 60 points, and then put in party and move on. But go ahead and pre-track those next 2 meals so you know, if you've already written it down, of course you can go back and change it, but if you've already written it down, I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to stick with it if I've already committed to it.
Well, and you have to think too that appetizer sizes, unless you're going to eat a 10-inch plate of appetizers, those little bitty plates, that's not a lot of food.
Yeah.
So if you track 60 points, then you probably didn't eat 60 points.
Yeah, you probably overtracked it. And then what if they don't have anything I can eat on plan? So if it's an event where you can bring a dish, take a dish. Plan on taking something. Plan on going ahead and taking something. If not, then just make sure that you're, you can do some things like make sure that you're at the end of the serving line, because nobody wants to eat food that's already had something else dribbled through it. I mean, that makes it much less appetizing.
Yep.
Or I've done this a lot. I stand around with a drink in my hand, so like some, just a glass of water. Sometimes I'll put a lime in the glass of water because I don't drink. Nothing wrong with people that drink alcohol, but I just personally don't. And if I put lemon in a glass of water, people think I have water. If I put a lime in a glass of water, they think I have a drink, and they'll leave me alone. It's just, I don't know what it is.
You have a gin and tonic or something.
Sure. And bye, Julie. But I'll walk around with that, and so you can walk around with a low point beverage or a 0 point beverage, until you decide what you're going to have, and by then you might not be as hungry. So I think there's lots of things that you can do to turn those no's into yeses, or to turn those thumbs downs into thumbs ups. And Carol Lou says eat more veggies to cancel out the higher point food. Yeah, and if you fill up on enough of them to get back some points, to add back some points, you're probably not going to eat many of the others anyway, because you'll be filled up. But your homework for this week is #no means yes. And there are lots of situations where I would never say that I would not say that no means yes. But in this one, no does mean yes. So for your homework this week, I want you to find one of those 7 statements from your weekly. So one of the 7 things that we just read off, or you can go back to your weekly. You can find it on www.com, or you can go on your app on your phone, and you can look under the Discover setting, and it'll show you can go back to the weekly, and you can go back for several weeks on that, by the way. So find one of those, just one, only one. Do not do 5, do not do 7. Only pick one that was a no for you. And I want you to write down 3 reasons why you think that it was a no for you, and then do the exercise like we just did and find reasons that okay, those 3 things that made it a no for you, what can you do to make it into a yes? So that's your homework for this week, is #no means yes. Don't forget to do your homework. You get Bravo stickers. Debbie won't be with me next week to give you your Bravo stickers, but she'll be with you there in spirit. So, so that's like being there. So don't forget to do your homework.
Thanks, Lynn.
Yes, thank you, Lynn, for posting that. Thank you for posting the homework. That was very sweet of you. Okay, so y'all know what this means. We are right at the 30-minute mark. Orlando Debbie did not bring herself any water. I don't know what she was thinking. She knows at the halfway mark. I'm just kidding. No, actually, she's got a long drive home, so she's probably not, taking it. But so everybody get your water out, and I got my new. It's so cute.
Oh.
I got my.
It's got the Skyliner.
It does have the Skyliner on it. Look, there's some things I hadn't even noticed. There's King Triton. Mm-hmm. There's the Epcot Globe. There's Cinderella's Castle. So here's the 50th anniversary mug. Anyway, so at the 30-minute mark, everybody grab some water. This is special magical Disney water. It's straight out of the Disney Springs. I'm just kidding. It is not. It came out of a bottle. Okay.
Isn't that cup just the bomb?
It is. I thought it was super cute. Okay. So, again,
Dusty's watching.
Oh, Dusty and Casey, look. Here's the new 50th mug. And Casey and Alyssa and Bo had an opportunity to say hello to Debbie earlier. So
yeah,
she's still here, Casey. She stayed. Okay, so I promise
I'm actually thinking of going and dancing, but
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, there's a live band just right over here. Casey, you missed the, is it a dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the dragon from Rainforest Cafe just,
the
just a few
volcano
minutes ago.
going off. It's the volcano going off.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, volcano. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're not at Universal Studios. No. It was a volcano.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we promised, and hello, Liz from San Angelo. It's good to see you. So here for the second half, in the first half we were talking about, finding ways to make the eating plan or just the plan in general, work for you. And in the second half, still live on location with Orlando Debbie. And this makes it so nice because every single chat I always say we, like there's somebody else with me. There's finally somebody else with me. Usually when I'm saying we, it's just me and Dusty.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So it's me and Orlando
I say we
Debbie.
with me and Primera.
Exactly. I know, like refer to us like he's part of the discussion. But anyway, so I promised in the second half that we were going to talk about some ways to successfully dine out on Disney. But I have to warn you. So first of all, first thing is, and Casey, you are signed in as me now, so you are answering her as if you have an egg instead of as Casey, but that is okay. I just didn't want you to confuse anybody. So first of all, for anyone who is planning a trip to Disney, I have lots of people ask. So people ask me all the time, what should I do? What should I stay? Where should I stay? What should we eat? How do you stay on plan? Well, what do you eat while you're there? Hello, Dina.
Hi, Deanna.
I can't remember if that one's Dina or Deanna. I can't remember if you're my Dina or my Deanna, so you'll have to tell us, the one that just popped in. If you're not planning on going to Disney, just hang in there, because I think some of the things that we're going to talk about will be helpful if you're going to the beach, or if you're going to SeaWorld or Six Flags, or wherever your kids, grandkids, family members, whatever they have planned for you this summer. I think they'll still be, helpful. Even if you're just going on a business trip, I think they'll be helpful. So first
Dina.
thing I need to say, Dina, that's what I thought. I knew it. So one of them's got two N's and one of them has one. Yes, Liz, we're going to talk about two on and one off here in just a second. But I need to say, so for my other Disney fans who are planning a trip and haven't been since the new reservation system started, you need to pay attention. So if you are specifically thinking about coming to Disney, if you have not been here since they started that new system, you need to pay attention. And for the rest of you, hang in there, because there will be some tips that you could use, for a different destination if you weren't coming to Disney. Okay, so John and I obviously live out of state, so we live in Tennessee, and we can only keep in the loop with all of this new stuff as much as we can from watching his favorite YouTubers, from talking to people like Orlando Debbie, just trying to stay, trying to keep up. So then actually getting here though, eye-opener. So we've been coming to Disney. Let me see, Casey is almost 28, so we've been coming to Disney for 23 years, try to come once a year. COVID shot that for a little bit, but there have been years when we've come 2 and 3 times in a year. We thought we had it down, okay, but you need to pay attention. So my advice is, do what?
She goes, I'm 28.
Oh, you are 28. Sorry. Does that mean you're going to be... Oh, that's right, because it's already been December. So you'll be 29. You're almost 30. You're almost 30. Anyway, so we've been coming here for a long time. My advice is, even if you've been coming to Disney for a long time like we have, don't assume anything. Hey, and look, we have a friend.
He's taking pictures.
Don't assume anything. Do not assume anything, and know before you go. John's advice was, of course, he has decided to go back to the campground and wash clothes because he loves to wash clothes. And Debbie said she thinks it's therapeutic for him. Because,
yeah, I do.
Yeah. Has he not gone to wash clothes every time you've seen him?
Yep.
Yeah. He disappears to wash clothes. He loves sitting in that laundromat.
But
anyway.
I don't take it personally.
Yeah. He just loves it. He loves going in there and just, hanging out and doing nothing. But John's advice is to realize that this new world, he calls it Disney in advance. So this was a shock to us. He usually likes to talk to a human being on the phone and wait until we get here to do anything. So to decide anything, he likes to wait until we get here. But just based on, and I won't dwell on this too long, but just based on our, now don't get me wrong, it's still magical. We're still having a great time. Obviously, we're still having a great time. Mm-hmm. But we got here and it was such a shock that he said, John's advice is to check in advance, plan your major meals, and make reservations around those, and lock down those major attractions if you choose to do the Genie Plus with the lightning lanes to reduce stress and relax. We watched more than one family. This morning, we finally figured out how to get, good night, Lynn. We finally figured out how to get some reservations for breakfast this morning. And we watched more than one family walk up to a restaurant that normally, I mean, you wouldn't get right in, but normally you could walk up and get a time for, later. And they were like, nope, sorry, you just can't. So I don't know, it stressed John out that that those families walking up could not get anything to eat. So Debbie lives about an hour from Disney, and she was a frequent. Julie's dinner wasn't really ready. Hi, Julie, you're back. But Debbie lives about an hour from Disney, and she was previously a frequent visitor on a whim. Had a meetup group that she would come and walk with. When we would show up, she would come down. So she used to be a frequent visitor on a whim. But things are very different, even for Florida residents, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very different.
With the new annual passes and the new system. So what's your best advice for somebody that's just coming back this year?
I would make sure you have a reservation, not just a ticket. Having a ticket in hand does not ensure you getting into a park. You can park at a parking space, but you cannot get inside the parks without having a reservation to go along with that ticket.
Yeah. So you don't need any extra stress. So the stress of already trying to decide what you're going to eat while you're here, you don't need any extra stress when you show up. So believe it or not, this does have to do with eating when we're talking about this reservation system. And John was saying that too when he said, go ahead and nail down. Okay, bye Casey, bye Bo.
Bye-bye.
Bye Dusty, who's sleeping. But go ahead and lock that stuff down. So and I'm serious when I say this reservation system is no joke. It is no joke.
Yeah.
They're not kidding. So we watched 2 cast members yesterday begging for their 2 cast member friends to get in. They didn't have park reservations. They couldn't get in. We were in a semi-panic yesterday because we had reservations to one park, could not get reservations to any other day that we were here. And then we found out after we bought our tickets, that having a valid ticket to a park does not guarantee you admittance into the park. And that's correct, isn't it?
Correct.
So even as an annual pass holder, you are not guaranteed to go into the park.
And I also found in getting a time for a ride that you have to do it on your app, and everything is on the app now, and you have to go through that process to the very end and get the confirmation and be able to, just like you said, you're ready to go. Or you don't have that time slot.
Yeah. So this really does have to do something with food, though. So this advice is to say, what does this have to do with eating and staying on plan? But as we found out the hard way, by assuming that the new plan we assumed that it only affected rides. We assumed that it only affected the way that, like the old fast pass system. John and I had some assumptions because we've been coming for so long, even though we're out of towners, because we've been coming for so long, we made some assumptions that are just not true this time. And again, trust me, now that we've got it figured out, we are still having a great time. But in order to stay on plan, not lose your minds, we were in a position yesterday, there was about an hour and a half to 2 hours there that we talked to 7 different cast members to get to the point that, that we were at. And now we're good, but I could have gone off the rails. I was so temporarily, for just that hour and a half or 2 hours, I was so stressed out about this. I literally could have gone, that's it, we're going to go to Ghirardelli and eat lunch. You know, because we were kind of freaking out. So Carol Lou does not do this kind of stress. So she wants to go to the beach. Carol Lou, I love the beach for one day. And then that's too much relaxing for me. Y'all know me. You know me, Carol Lou. You know me too well to think that I would sit around. So an hour and a half of talking to 7 different cast members did not slow me down. And I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from coming to Disney. This is literally about how to make sure, how to pre-plan and know. Because we've done lots of planning before we came to Disney. It was just a different kind of planning because we hadn't had to think, this much about before we got here. So, okay, so here are some things that you can do. So what does this have to do with, with an eating plan and with staying on plan? So the story has a very, it could have been bad. It really could have been bad, but it has a different ending. So, taking that time, if we had taken the time to learn about this ahead of time, and so that's what we're trying to tell you all, is just give you all some things ahead of time so that you don't get down here and then go, great.
Well, it applies to anywhere, because anywhere post-COVID.
Yes.
Because even like if you went to the beach, there's so many restaurants now that have limited seating still because they don't have the staff. And so you really need to plan. I mean, unless you're just going to like go to the beach and take your own food and everything and not go anywhere, you need to find out if your favorite spot is still open.
Yeah.
If they're open during the hours you're going to be there, because some places are just opened in the evenings and not during lunch, or vice versa, So just take a little time to plan, so that you don't have the stress, and then end up stress eating, pulling through McDonald's and getting a quarter pounder with cheese and a big meal, not a happy meal.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So it can apply to everywhere. This specifically happens to be Disney because that's where we are. We are here at Disney Springs. And in case you were just now jumping in, I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This is Orlando Debbie. We're giving you all, do we have Figment behind us? No, I don't think so. I think it's Rainforest Cafe.
There's a Rainforest Cafe and a dragon on that side of the lake.
Yeah. But yeah, and Julie says California, is also a mess. And Mary agrees that planning is the key. So this is going to be specifically about Disney, again, just because we're here. But Debbie's exactly right. When we, even in Knoxville, in little bitty Knoxville, Tennessee, we have the Big Ears Festival there this weekend, and the Knoxville Marathon is there, but we have restaurants that are still not open on Mondays. Like downtown Knoxville, most of the restaurants are still not open on Mondays. So if you just showed up on a Monday, you're out of luck. You're going to get pizza. I'm trying to think who is open on Mondays. But anyway, so just pre-planning, is going to be key. So first thing
is like coming down here today, when we were chatting about where to eat, I was online looking at places at Disney Springs that were still open, because I knew I had ate at the Black Pig before, and it was really good, and we could either eat sit down or take it out and sit somewhere else. We couldn't find a table, but I didn't want to suggest it till I knew that it was still open.
Sure. Yeah,
and it would be open during the hours that we were going to try to eat.
Yeah, so that's a good one, is to check ahead to make sure that the place that you wanted to go, that it's going to be available. So if you're specifically coming here to Disney, I will say again, this Disney reservation system is no joke. And hello, Barbara, but we're not at the campground. We are at Disney, but we are not at the campground. But this new reservation system is no joke. So if you don't make a plan to be in a park ahead of your trip, you may not get in. We just talked about that. Even with a valid ticket, you may not get in. We thought we could wait until we got down here and just hit all of our favorites, but that was a big no. So luckily Brandon, and shout out to Brandon with Guest Services, wherever you are tonight, Betty, he got us hooked up. We had to have some major flexibility on our part. And yes, Melinda, we know who Figment is, but I don't see him. I do not see him. We'll look for him for you though. But then, as far as the Disney sit-down dining, and Debbie was just talking about that, the Disney sit-down dining is still very limited. So I think most everything is opened up after COVID, but it's opened up with limited availability. I mean, it's very limited. So we normally if we want to go to a sit-down, we understand that we have to make a reservation, and you might say, in years past, we've said, we want to go to, I don't know, make something at Liberty Tree Tavern. We'd say, okay, we wanted to go between noon and 1. We can't go till 2 or 2:30. We were looking at these places and there was nothing available.
Right.
And it was like before 4 o'clock, or it was after 9 o'clock. So if we were going to go to have a sit down something, we were going to have to wait until after the chat to have a sit down. So this reservation thing, it's no joke. There were no walk-ups available at most of the places that we would have chosen to eat. So that reservation system, use it ahead of time. You can still go old school like John used to, and you can call 407-939-3463. but it wasn't a great option. We got nowhere with that. You can still call it, but we got nowhere with that. So it looks like the best option is to go to your Disney experience. You can download the app to your phone. You can go ahead and go there and go ahead, and select, some dining. And so when you go there, you're going to select the location icon. So that little icon that looks like that. It looks like an upside down teardrop with a circle in the middle that just indicates location. So you go to the location icon, and then you'll either open up other selections by choosing. There's a little down arrow that looks like this. And select dining. So it comes up to, I think it comes up to wait times is what it says when you first go there. But if you touch that little down arrow, it's going to bring up some other selections, and you can go to dining. And then if walk up was a previous option, but there is none available at that restaurant, it will actually say walk up list is at capacity. That means don't even try. Don't even try to walk up. So anyway, again, best case, make a reservation, or at least check it. Check their times. The best way to use quick service or like our walk-up service is also through the My Disney experience, and you can even let the Disney Genie, if you want to do that. I didn't think that was great. Have you used the Disney Genie service yet? Just the regular Genie, not Genie Plus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was okay. For people who've never been to Disney before, it might be a great idea because it makes suggestions on where to go. We just found it irritating. Because we've been here so many times.
Yeah.
And the reservation system was new, but we've been here so many times. The Genie service was irritating to us because we didn't want to know what it suggested. But you can do that. You can use that. So if you just want to walk up, or if you want a quick service, it's still best to go through that so that you can find out where it is, the hours, because we did notice a couple of things did have some reduced hours. Hopefully we were brought back. Okay, good. I don't think we're gone anywhere. So we did find some things that had some on. And you can do the same thing. You can touch the location icon, and you can view a map. You can either view a map of the quick service that's available, or you can go directly to that one. Best on those to go ahead and pre-order from the app, and then it'll give you a push notification when your food is ready. Is that what you found?
Yeah. Unless you're having troubles connecting to the app, and but
yeah.
But then they'll usually let you just walk up. If they're experiencing problems with the app, they'll just let you walk up and order.
Yeah, but if you can get on the app, that's been the easiest way, I think, to get some food.
I happened to have been at the park the day that the AWS system went down.
Oh no!
I was here, and nothing worked. It was so frustrating. But we didn't know what had happened. We didn't know what had happened until we got home.
Wow, that's crazy. Check out the menus before you go. So when Debbie made the recommendation on the Polite Pig on going there tonight, we had not been there before, so that was the first thing I did was went online to check, to choose something that was gonna fit within my plan today, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
It was nice to know before I got there they didn't have exactly what I wanted, from the menu, but it was okay because I could make a backup plan. But check out the menus before you go. Every quick service and sit-down restaurant here at Disney has the full menu on on your app, on the My Disney experience. And I did confirm that every single guest still has the opportunity to either speak with the chef, or they now have a thing called a special diets trained cast member. I did not know that. I've never personally asked to speak with one, but I've been at a table next to someone who's asked to speak with one. Mm-hmm. But everybody has the ability to do that. So you can speak with either the chef or a special diets trained cast member. Now that doesn't mean that they can grant your request. So there are a lot of magical things they can do at Disney. That doesn't mean that they can grant it. But if you have any concerns or questions, if you have questions about the way the food's prepared, if you wanted to leave butter off of something, or leave something on the side or whatever, they're very, when they can be, they're very accommodating. But when you make a reservation, there's also, if it's a reservation for a sit-down restaurant, I wanted to let you know that while you're making that reservation, there is one screen that pops up that's going to let you select things like if you have any concerns over things like eggs, shellfish, soy, any special dietary concerns. There's going to be boxes, things that you can check if you've got a concern about that and use it. It's there. Go ahead and use it. If you're staying at a resort that has a refrigerator, or like we're staying at the campground, if the resort has a refrigerator, or if you're at the campground, use it. You're going to want to stock up on some things that are 0 point foods that might be perishable. You know, go ahead and use that. I think there are, what was it I decided one time? Is it 3 or 6 Publix stores that are like, I know there's 3 that are pretty quick. I mean,
there are
everywhere.
5 within walking distance of my house.
Yeah, so you have every opportunity to run by a Publix. There's got to be a couple of Trader Joe's. I mean, there are places to get things. So go ahead and grab those things, and stock up. So when we say, and we are staying at the campground again this time, last week during the chat we talked about the sturdy things that I pack, things that I can pack in a cooler, things that we can leave in the camper. So we've always got, carrots, apples, bananas, clementines. Hard-boiled eggs. I make hard-boiled eggs before we come down. I make that man's turkey tenderloin. Just some things that we can keep, while we're here. So do you ever bring a cooler when you come, or you just always get your food here? But you can, though. You can. People are always shocked that you can bring food into Disney. They've never taken any food away from me.
No.
Ever. I mean,
there's people that come in that come with the group that I come with, and they always bring their own food. Yeah. Peanut butter crackers, whatever. I just plan to eat here that afternoon. So
yeah, and you can totally do that too. And speaking of resorts, all of the Disney properties, so every Disney resort has a quick serve or a market or some type of a market, and they should also have apples, bananas. They have fresh fruits. Some of them have yogurt. I know, like at the campground, they have yogurt, and then I've seen it at the Contemporary, Yacht and Beach Club, several boardwalks, several of the others that have sort of that market, and they all should have either a quick serve or a market.
You can find all that stuff inside the park too.
Yeah.
So if you want to have fresh fruit or yogurt or something like that as a snack, you can find that in the different little vending places.
Yeah, you just have to kind of know ahead of time, and you can get a park map. So when you go, and I'm going to move your stuff. When you first go in the park, you can still get a paper map. Now you can get this on your phone, but I find it easier to look at the park map. And on the park map, you can find all of those places. So you'll be able to find the place that has the fresh fruit. You'll be able to find things like that. So I always grab a map when I first go in.
Also, I'll tell you a little tidbit if you're here. An adult can have a kid's meal, and with every kid's meal, and normally the kid's meal portion is plenty for most adults.
Yeah.
And you get the option of having sliced apples, like you do with a Happy Meal box.
Right.
Something like that.
Right. That's a great one. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, you can order a kid's meal, and then you can get the fruit. Sometimes they have a fruit cup or sliced apples or things, just like a Happy Meal. You could get that as your option, for your meal. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. John and I sometimes split. We'll split something when we get down here. Or if push comes to shove, and I'm going to give you all an opportunity to ask a couple of questions if you want to, but if push comes to shove, all else, you just can't think of anything else to do, then just do the 2 on, 1 off, like I talk about all the time. So do 2 meals on plan, try to do 2 meals on plan and 1 meal off plan, and just don't worry about the meal that's off plan, as long as you don't make yourself sick. So I have told you all, many times, there have been many times down here that even when I was trying to do the 2 on, 1 off, that the 1 off, I went crazy and was sick. Because you don't want to get down here. You don't want to get down here not plan, or wherever you're going. Because again, we were talking about the beach, we were talking about Six Flags, we were talking about wherever. Life is very different, as I don't care what city, small, large, whatever. Things are very different as things are opening back up after COVID, and you need to just think ahead, plan ahead a little bit. But that 2 1 on off, if you just think, I can't deal with 1 meal a day, or my family has decided to go to the Germany buffet, or we're at the beach and we're going to the all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant or whatever. If you have 1 meal a day that you literally just have, you're just not gonna have any control of, or you don't want to have any control of, other than some self-control to not be sick. Like tomorrow. John and I are going to the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival And tomorrow we're going to do the garden graze, which you go around the world. You go around the worlds, and you're going to, we're going to try food from all these different worlds. Well, there's small plates, but that's going to be our one-off. So we'll have two, and John and I have already planned, what we're going to do for our 2 on, so that we can do our one-off, so that we can enjoy this garden graze, get whatever the special prize is at the end, and try all these foods, but not feel bad about it. So 2 on, 1 off is a great way to do that, because then you just try to plan, you plan 2 meals. They're going to be more on plan. Go ahead and track them even, so that you know that those are done and out of the way, and then just enjoy whatever that 3rd meal is going to be. And 3rd meal doesn't have to be dinner. It doesn't have to be dinner.
One of those questions earlier where you did a half thumb,
yeah.
Really that one would be a thumbs up for tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah. Where can you I don't remember which one it was, but it was one of the ones that I had done a half thumb on. Tomorrow it could be eating with my family. Yeah. It could be a thumbs up, because John has helped me figure out a way tomorrow.
Or not doing an activity because you didn't feel like you could stay and plan.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so do y'all have any questions? Has this been helpful at all? Is anybody planning a Disney trip? Is there anything else you all need to know? Because y'all have been suddenly very silent. I hope you can hear us just fine. I know there's still a few of you there. It's not nighty-night time for everybody yet. So while y'all are thinking about that, I just want to I would love to thank Orlando Debbie for driving down here and being with us tonight.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yep, we would love to thank John for going back to the camper to wash clothes.
Yes.
So that we can just have girl time tonight, because that's unusual too. But thank you, Liz. It was good to see you again tonight. Yeah, so I hope you all will, I hope everybody will say bye to Debbie. I'll see you again next week. So y'all will see me.
I'll see you too, but I'll be on my sofa.
Yes, Debbie will be seeing you from her sofa next week. But I hope you all will wish Debbie safe travels back home after we leave her tonight. And good. I'm glad. See, it makes Katie want to go back to Disney. Yeah. So I hope we haven't freaked you out.
I always love.
Yep, and Melinda's been watching live TikTok people from the Flower and Garden Show. Yeah.
I just changed jobs, so I'm gonna have to come down before June.
Yes.
And go to the Flower and Garden Festival.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Katie. Yep.
Bye, Sherry.
Yep. And good night, Melinda. So y'all got 3 minutes to tell us good night.
Good night, Julie.
Yeah.
Nice to see all of you. Thank you.
Good to see you, Nancy.
Yeah, safe travels to both, because they got to go home too.
Well, not tomorrow.
I can't keep her here forever.
Yeah, not forever.
I keep trying to talk her into opening a franchise.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Good night, Rosie. It's good to see you. Thank you, Sandra. So I hope y'all have a great week. We're going to start winding down here too. I'm going to lose my voice again, but that is okay, because we've been screaming over the top. So this is a good reason to lose your voice, is yelling over the top of a live band at Disney Springs, right? Yeah, and over the top of a volcano. That y'all have a great evening. Yeah.
Nice to see you too, Lynette. Glad you were here.
Thank you. Oh, whatever, Melinda. Thank you. Thank you. She's silly. She said franchise would be wonderful.
Her franchise would be wonderful. Yeah, I keep trying to convince her.
No, we'll just retire and move down here.
Huh?
We'll just retire and move down here.
Oh yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah. So y'all have a great evening. We're going to go ahead and start winding it down. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go ahead and let that next video roll over. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know why not, because we do fun things like coming to Disney Springs.
Hit that subscribe button.
Yep, go ahead and hit that subscribe
share.
button. Yeah,
do all that good stuff.
There you go.
You know?
She's my best spokesperson. So we're going to go ahead and start winding up, but y'all have a great evening, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.